Big tech sometimes behaves very badly. Social media sites banned a former US president, yet continued to allow the leaders of Iran, China, and Russia to produce propaganda. During COVID, folk who asked awkward questions about the origins of the virus got restricted. It turns out their so-called lab leak theory might be a lot closer to the truth. Big tech tells us that they're clamping down on fake news. It often proves to be the mainstream media narrative that is a work of fiction. Big tech, which was supposed to empower us all, is instead seen as having handed a handful of hipsters in California the power to control the conversation across America. Some have had enough and demand action. Repeal Section 230 protections, they say. Under Section 230 of the Communication Decency Act, social media platforms are exempt from being treated as a publisher. In other words, Facebook, Twitter, and the rest are not held responsible for what appears on their sites the way a newspaper editor would be. Far from hitting back at the problem, this would be a really dumb idea. If those that ran social media sites were held responsible for what appears online the way a newspaper editor is, social media sites would instantly restrict your ability to post. You'd need blue-tick credentials to post anything. Only the approved could join the conversation. But, some insist, if big tech is not responsible the way a newspaper editor is, how come they get to editorialize? How come Facebook and others can select content and promote only approved opinions? This has prompted some to say, let's not let big tech select what appears on their sites at all. Let's require them to serve all customers, rather like certain public utilities. Again, this is a really bad idea if you think through the implications. If social media sites were unable to be selective in terms of what appears, they would soon become a sewer, full of the gross, the indecent, and the offensive. But why doesn't the president or Congress just do something, some suggest? Looking to Washington to act against big tech might sound good, but it means giving a federal agency control. Can you name me one federal agency that shares your values? Or isn't going woke? Why would you want to put something like that in control? However awful some big tech businesses might be, overall, thanks to what we are free to do online, the liberty movement is able to articulate their ideas like never before. There's never been a bigger audience for what we believe in. It's the old media establishment that would like to clamp down and control the internet. Those that believe in liberty have a mission. We must use the internet to produce compelling content that convinces the rising generation of our cause. Good ideas cannot be held down forever, no matter what algorithm they use. It is precisely because of digital technology that a small think tank such as ours, the Mississippi Center for Public Policy, is able to reach an audience of almost 250,000 Americans each week. The way to win is not to empower the federal government. It is to support those fighting the battle of ideas online.